They say the strongest people are the ones who smile the most, even when their hearts are quietly breaking. They laugh in public, they shine at work, they lift everyone else up. Yet when the lights go out, their own battles begin. And if these words already touch something inside you, don't keep it only to yourself. Share this with someone who might need to hear it today. And if you want to walk this journey with me, make sure to subscribe right now. We live in a world where being strong is praised more than being real. From childhood, we're taught to hide our tears. We hear things like, be tough, don't cry, don't show weakness. Somewhere along the way, we learned that strength meant silence, that being vulnerable was something to be ashamed of. But what if the truth is different? What if hiding your pain doesn't make you stronger? What if it actually makes you lonelier? Think about the last time you said, I'm fine, when inside, you were falling apart. You smiled so no one would ask questions. You laughed so no one would suspect. But that night, when you were alone, the silence felt louder than any crowd. I want you to pause for a second. Can you relate? Have you ever smiled on the outside while breaking inside? Let me know in the comments, because your story might give someone else the courage to open up. The truth is, strong people aren't strong because they feel no pain. They're strong because they keep moving forward despite the pain. They carry their wounds, but they don't let the world see how deep they are. And sometimes that silence is the heaviest burden of all. Imagine someone you know who always seems unshakable. The friend who listens to everyone's problems but never talks about their own. The coworker who shows up every day, reliable, unbreakable, at least on the outside. The family member who says, don't worry, I got it. We admire them, but do we ever stop and wonder who's there for them when they need someone? You see, pain doesn't disappear just because you hide it. It waits, it lingers, and often it grows louder in the dark, when no one's watching, when no one's asking, when no one suspects that the strongest person in the room might also be the one suffering the most. And maybe that's why you're here right now. Because deep down, a part of you is tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of carrying everything alone. Tired of being the one who holds everyone else together. While inside, you feel like you're the one falling apart. Let me tell you something that you probably don't hear enough. Even the strongest person deserves rest. Even the strongest person deserves to be seen, to be heard, and to be cared for. Strength doesn't mean doing it all alone. Strength also means having the courage to say, I need help. Here's a truth that may surprise you. Vulnerability is not weakness. Vulnerability is strength in disguise, because it takes far more courage to open your heart than to build a wall around it. And right now, I want you to think of something. When was the last time you let someone in? When was the last time you told a friend or a family member what you were really going through? Drop a yes in the comments if you've ever been the one who carries it all in silence. I know there are thousands of people out there who will read your comment and feel a little less alone. Being strong doesn't mean living without pain. It means living with pain and still choosing to move forward. But here's the thing, you don't have to do it alone. And maybe, just maybe, if you allow yourself to be human, not perfect, not unbreakable, just human, you'll find out that the people around you love you even more. Because real strength is not about hiding scars. Real strength is about carrying them with honesty, with courage, and with hope. So if you're listening to this right now, and it feels like I'm speaking directly to you, I am. This is your reminder that you don't have to smile through everything. You don't have to keep saying, I'm fine, when you're not. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to cry. You are allowed to be both strong and broken at the same time. And if you've been carrying too much in silence, let this moment be your permission to lay down that weight. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to be invincible. You only need to be real. So as we continue, I want you to hold on to this thought. Strength is not the mask you wear. It's the courage to take it off. We all carry battles no one sees. Some are small, like the quiet anxiety before walking into a room. Others are massive, like fighting depression while pretending everything is fine. And here's the truth. The strongest people are often the ones who fight the hardest battles in silence. Let me ask you something. How many times have you pushed through your day, even when your heart was heavy? You showed up to work. You took care of your family. You smiled in conversations. But deep down, you were barely holding on. Drop a me in the comments if you've ever had to be strong for everyone else, even when you felt like you couldn't. Be strong for yourself. This is what the world doesn't see. They don't see the nights you cried yourself to sleep. They don't see the mornings you almost gave up. They don't see the moments when you felt like you couldn't take one more step, but you did anyway. And that's why I want to say this clearly. If you've been carrying silent pain, you are not weak. You are not broken. You are proof that strength is not about perfection. It's about persistence. But here's the danger. When you always play the role of the strong one, people start to believe you don't need help. They think you're fine because you never show them otherwise. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start to believe the same lie. You start to convince yourself that your pain doesn't matter, that your needs should come last. I want you to hear me now. Your pain matters. Your story matters. Your needs matter just as much as anyone else's. Think of it like this. If you saw a friend struggling, would you tell them to just get over it? Of course not. You would listen, you would care, you would support them. So why don't you treat yourself with the same kindness? If you're watching this, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, am I giving myself the compassion I deserve? If the answer is no, then today is the day you change that. Let me share something powerful with you. Research shows that one of the biggest causes of burnout and depression is not workload, it's isolation. It's the belief that we have to carry everything alone, and that's exactly what the strong ones often fall into. They become trapped in their own silence. But you don't have to live that way. Imagine this for a second. You're carrying a heavy backpack. Inside are rocks, each one representing stress, pain, and responsibility. At first you can manage it. You're strong. You tell yourself, I can handle this. But over time, the backpack gets heavier. New rocks get added every day. Eventually, it's crushing you. Now here's the question. If someone offered to help lighten your load, would you let them? Or would you say, no, I'm fine, I got it? 2. Many of us choose the second answer. But real strength is learning to accept help. Real strength is saying, I can't carry this all by myself. So here's my challenge to you. Today, reach out to one person you trust. Tell them honestly how you're doing, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels vulnerable. Because sometimes speaking your truth out loud is the very thing that sets you free. And if you don't have someone you can talk to right now, write it in the comments. This community is a safe space. You never know, someone reading your words might say, I feel the same way. Now let's go deeper. Strong people often hide their struggles because they don't want to be a burden. Does that sound familiar? You put others before yourself. You say yes when you're exhausted. You show up even when your body and mind are begging you to rest. But let me tell you something that might change the way you see yourself. Taking care of your own needs is not selfish. It's necessary, because if you keep pouring from an empty cup, one day there will be nothing left to give. Think about it. Even the strongest athletes need recovery days. Even the most disciplined boxers need time to heal between fights. Why? Because strength doesn't grow from constant struggle. Strength grows from balance, from knowing when to push forward and when to rest. So if you've been running non-stop, fighting every battle, carrying every burden, I want you to breathe right now. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly, and remember, it's okay to pause. It's okay to lay down your armor. It's okay to let someone else take the lead for a while. Drop me in the comments if you needed this reminder today. And one more thing, if this message is speaking to you, don't let it stop here. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next part of this journey. Because we're building a space where strong people don't have to pretend anymore. A space where it's okay to be human. We've talked about the weight that strong people carry. We've talked about the silence, the loneliness, and the invisible battles. But now, I want to shift the focus. Because yes, pain is real, struggle is real, but so is hope. No matter how heavy your story feels right now, no matter how long you've been pretending to be okay, I need you to hear this. You are not defined by your pain. You are defined by your courage to rise above it. Let me ask you, what would happen if, for once, you gave yourself permission to be real, to take off the mask, to say, I'm not okay, and that's okay? Drop a yes in the comments if you're ready to stop pretending and start healing. Because healing doesn't start with perfection. Healing starts with honesty. The moment you admit your pain, the moment you share your truth, something begins to shift. The burden gets lighter. The backpack full of rocks, it's no longer just on your shoulders. Someone else helps carry it. And isn't that what we all need? Someone to help carry the weight. But here's the twist. Your pain, as unbearable as it feels, can become your strength. Think about it. Every scar you carry is proof that you survived something that once tried to break you. Every tear you shed watered the ground where resilience grows. Every battle you fought alone shaped the wisdom you carry today. Strong people are not those who never break. Strong people are the ones who break and then rebuild themselves, stronger, wiser, more compassionate. And maybe that's what your story is about. Not about hiding your struggles, but about transforming them. Not about pretending to be strong, but about discovering a strength you never knew existed. So here's what I want you to do. Instead of asking, why me? Start asking, what can this teach me? How can this pain shape me into someone greater? Pause for a moment. Think about your life. What pain have you been carrying silently, and what lesson might be hidden inside it? Share it in the comments, because your reflection might inspire someone else who feels lost right now. Now let's talk about something important, the pressure to be strong all the time. Society tells us strength is about pushing harder, never showing weakness, and always being in control. But I want to challenge that. Real strength is not control. Real strength is surrender. Real strength is being brave enough to fall apart and then choosing to rise again. You see, the strongest people aren't the ones who never cry. They're the ones who cry, wipe their tears, and still choose to keep going. The strongest people aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail, learn, and try again. And the strongest people? They're not the ones who stand alone. They're the ones who know when to reach for a hand. If this resonates with you, share this video right now. Someone out there needs to hear these words, and you might be the reason they find hope today. Now, as we come to the end of this message, I want to leave you with something powerful. If you are listening to this, I want you to know you are enough. Even in your brokenness, even in your silence, even in the moments when you feel invisible, you are enough. You don't have to hide behind strength anymore. You don't have to carry it all alone. There is freedom in being human. There is courage in being vulnerable. And there is healing in being honest. So, my final challenge to you is this. The next time someone asks how you're doing, don't hide behind, I'm fine. Give yourself permission to tell the truth, even if it's just a little piece of it. Because the more you practice honesty, the lighter your heart will feel. And the lighter your heart feels, the stronger you truly become. Strong people hurt. Strong people cry. Strong people break. But the most powerful truth of all, strong people heal. And you will too. If you made it this far, I want you to drop the word healing in the comments. Because that's what this is all about. Not perfection, not pretending, but healing. And if this message spoke to you, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the reminders your heart needs. Together, we're building a place where strength and vulnerability can exist side by side. Remember this, the hidden pain behind every strong person is real, but so is their hidden strength. And today, that strength belongs to you.